Bhagwatam, Bhagavad, Puran, Skanda-3, Volume-3 or Canto-3, Chapter-15, Sloka-32 onwards. So before this, have you all prayed that Sri Krishna ji, we are offering this class to you? Are you praying that again and again I bow down to you, Krishna Bhagwan ji? Thank you so much for everything. Sorry for mistakes. So this has to be your prayer. And it is not that I should get good marks, I should get this toy, I should get this gift. That is not the prayer. Prayer is whenever you are happy, you should say thank you. Whenever you are sad, you should say sorry. We are sad because we must have done something wrong, and we are happy because we have done something good. So that is why we are happy or sad. Now, here in Bhagwatam, so before this, Sanka Rishis were happened to visit to Vaikunth, and over there they have crossed all the 6 gates. When we were entering the 7th gate, there were two people dressed up very nicely, and they stopped Sanka Rishis. Sanka Rishis look like 5-year-old kids. They look very young, even though they are the oldest creation of Lord Brahmaji. After Lord Brahmaji, Sanka Rishis have come for creating this universe, but they are brahmacharis. They said that we will not carry forward the creation, we will sing only glories of Sri Krishna ji. So now Sanka Rishis are very angry because the doorkeepers have stopped them. They felt very angry because they are the one of the most supreme devotees of Sri Krishna ji. So now what Sanka Rishis have said to the doorkeepers, we will see that. So Sanka Rishi said, "Hey doorkeepers, the abode of Lord Sri Krishna ji, the Vaikunth, is only for the most rare and eligible souls who are of almost the same nature of our Sri Krishna ji. You being the gatekeepers here should also have such a nature only. But why is it different?" So both the doorkeepers were totally different nature of Sri Krishna ji. They were angry looking guys. They were full of anger. So Sanka Rishis have the doubt. How come you have, because in Vaikunth only those souls can go who are similar to Sri Krishna ji. But these two are totally different. So they are asking, how come is this possible? The Supreme Lord treats everyone the same, and He is the calmest, and hence why should anyone have any objection towards anyone? Why he is saying this? Because the doorkeepers have stopped the Sankarishis. So Sankarishis know how Supreme Lord is, what is the nature of the Supreme Lord. Though they are saying the Supreme Lord is very calm and He have no objection about anyone, then how come in His abode you are behaving in such a way? Definitely there must be some guilt within you that you are doubting about anyone else. They just...
Once after the Shankar Rishis had then they reached the seventh door. Then in the seventh door there were two angry looking men. Mom, so like this is said even before that, mom, all the people are in Vaikunth usually are like Lord Sri Krishna or are Lord Sri Krishna. Mom, so like everyone is like that, and Lord Sri Krishna is, like he treats everyone the same, and he is equanimous. So everyone there is. Mom, but he also looks like he does not want to wage a war or anything. Mom, but these people, mom, they're like very angry, and the way that they're not allowing them inside, it looks as though mom, it looks as though they have something against them. And so they are asking, why, what do you have against us? Thank you.
Now Shloka 33. In the Vaikunth everyone is equal, from the dwellers to the Supreme Lord, just like there is no difference between any stars or planets or moon in the space. You too are like Supreme Lord Himself. Then why there is fear in you by seeing us? So here we come to know how Supreme Lord is and how is his abode Vaikunth. So everybody looks similar, everybody looks behaves similarly. So Sanka Rishis are having the doubt that why you both have some fear in you. There must be some fear or guilt inside you. That is why you are doubting on on them. So they are thinking that you have some fear. That is why you are doubting on us. So what is there that troubling you? Tapasya, your turn.
So in Sloka 34, the doorkeepers of Vaikunth didn't leave the Sanka Rishis, so that Sanka Rishis had a doubt that everybody behaves similar, everybody acts similar, everybody is similar in Vaikunth. But then why are these Jaya and Vijaya acting quite different from each other, like from other people?
Very good. Now, Shloka 34. You too are the dwellers of Vaikunth, but your minds are very narrow and evil. Therefore, we are thinking to give you an apt punishment to you, so that it can be beneficial for you in the future. Due to the sin of having doubtfulness in your mind and hearts, you both will go out of this Vaikunth and take birth in the plains where there lives anger, desires, and greed. These three are the enemies for anyone and everyone. So same thing is been repeated what Sri Krishna ji has said in Bhagwad Gita. Humans' biggest enemy is within themselves, and that is anger, desire, and greed. So here Shankar Rishis are also telling that you will take birth in the plains where these enemies are there. Gavan Tejas, your turn.
Ma'am, so now the Sankarishis are saying that we think you should get punished because ma'am, they're not like equanimous and they're not like how it's supposed to be. Ma'am, they say that you're going to go down where down and have birth on earth where you will be like in the place where there are a lot of enemies. Ma'am, like even Lord Sri Krishna has said that our greatest enemies are inside us, which is anger and desire. So, yes, ma'am, that's what Sankar is.
Thank you. Now Shloka 35. Tapasya, you are there? Hearing these harsh words and the curse from the mouths of the Sankarishis, the two gatekeepers of Vaikunth, who were also the devotees of Sri Hari, got panicked and fell to the feet of the Sankarishis. They knew that the curse from the Brahmins couldn't be prevented by thousands of missiles or weapons. Even the Supreme Lord respects the Brahmins a lot and is afraid of them. Come on, Tapasya.
So, the Nabu tell that Sankar Rishis like cursed them, and both the doorkeepers were like they both were quite like panicked. They fell at the feet of Lord Sankar Rishi. They knew that a curse of a Brahmin, like it's quite difficult to come out of. And even though Lord Shri Krishna respects people.
Correct. Tejas, is it possible to on the camera? Now the next sloka 36.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, sorry, I forgot to on it.
Acha. Sloka 36. The gatekeeper said, O Lord, we indeed have committed a sin, and the punishment given by yourself is also apt. We have disobeyed our Supreme Lord Sri Hari by not following his path, and hence the sin that has been committed by us will be washed off after we serve your punishment. We hereby request you your mercy on us by blessing us that May in whichever species we take birth, we should not get attracted by the desires and Maya, and we should have the devotion of the Supreme Lord within us. Tejas.
So the Sloka, what they're saying is that, so they're saying, yes, it is true, we have committed a sin, and that sin will be washed away by the curse that you have given us. And remember, they have like one request, and they say, please let us not be attracted to anything like desires and gold and money, wealth, and all that. And we should be able to worship Lord Sri Krishna.
Correct. Now, Shloka 37. In the meantime, when the Supreme Lord, who is the delight and wish of every righteous soul, and in whose navel resides the lotus flower, that is called Kamal Nab, heard about the insult of the Sanka Rishis by his gatekeepers. He, along with his goddess Lakshmi, came on the spot of his own lotus feet. He presented himself before the great Sanka Rishis who were trying to reach him and see him for so long. So now Sri Hari himself have come down with goddess Lakshmi to meet Sanka Rishis. Tapasya.
So now in this shloka there is nothing but telling that all of these things happen right outside the gate of Vaikunth. So that time Lord Shri Krishna got to know that something is wrong, so he came down to meet Sanka Rishis with his wife Lakshmi.
Very good. The Sanka Rishi saw the Supreme Lord, who was the goal of the life and soul, had arrived before their very eyes, accompanied by his attendants. The attendants carried articles such as the umbrella, the hand fans, and so on. The white umbrella looked like the moon, while the strings of pearls hanging from its edges were dancing in the cool breeze coming from the pair of hand fans that were being waved on both his sides. The dancing pearls looked like drops of nectar falling from the rays of the moon. So, this is how Sri Hari was looking with all the add ons surrounding to him. Tejas.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, so in this loka, what is said is that, ma'am, so like the Sanka Rishis who, ma'am, ma'am, like for example, ma'am, let's see, we wanted something like a very expensive toy, and finally in the end we've like earned enough money, or we can actually get the toy. Ma'am, that's not the fun part. Ma'am, the fun part will be when like it's kind of when the toy actually comes to us and we get it. Ma'am, it's like the same way that Sanka Rishis, ma'am, they have always been in devotion of Lord Sri Krishna, singing his glories. When this time, Lord Sri Krishna himself with the attendants came down to meet him, and ma'am, they were carrying various articles like umbrella, hand fan, etc. Ma'am, and the umbrella looked like the white moon.
Very good. Now, Shloka 39. The Supreme Lord is the shelter for all the good qualities. He always showers the same blessings on every soul. He was standing there and touching the hearts of all his devotees present there. With Goddess Lakshmi residing in his heart, it seemed that the Vaikunth was the glory of the entire universe.
So now in this shloka it has been said that um, Lord Shri Krishna's blessings will touch all, was touching all the devotees who are present there, and it has also been said that like this, like Vaikul is like the place of the whole universe.
Very good. Now, Shloka 40. He was wearing a golden colored robe, and there was a garland of slam flowers on his neck. He had bracelets on his wrist, and he rested one hand on the shoulders of the Garuda. while with his other hand he was rotating the lotus flower. Tejas.
Ma'am, so he was wearing a golden robe, and on one hand, ma'am, he kept his hand on the mighty Garuda, ma'am, which is known to be the vehicle of Vishnu or the Supreme Lord. Ma'am, and on the other hand, he was spinning the lotus flower, which is ma'am, and in many places also it said like the lotus flower is like the Supreme Lord's feet or Sri Krishna's feet or even Rama's feet I think is called the lotus feet because it looked like as beautiful as the lotus. Ma'am, and ma'am, that actually, ma'am, I want to say that, ma'am, that's kind of, not, like it's unimaginable for me, ma'am, because, ma'am, like usually we look at the feet and we say, oh, so dirty. I think it's because I went in mud and there'll be mud and all, and it'll not look great at all. Remember, they're describing Lord Sri Krishna's feet so good that they're actually saying it's like the mighty lotus, and the lotus is like very beautiful. So on the other hand, he was spinning the lotus flower.
Very good, good example. Now, Sloka 41. The earrings were glorifying his priceless cheeks, the cheeks that can even put the lightning to shyness. He possessed an extraordinary nose and he wore a crown that had the most shining and expensive stones and gems. He wore a priceless necklace and he had the glorious Kaustup stone on his chest. Tapasya.
Sorry, ma'am, I didn't hear.
No? Huh? Sorry?
I didn't hear the shloka.
Oh, Tejas.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, Miss Loka, what to say is that, ma'am, so he was wearing glorified earrings which were adorning his cheeks. Ma'am, the cheeks would even put lightning to shyness. Ma'am, and was that other one? Ma'am, and what is that? Ma'am, and he had an extraordinary nose, which was. Ma'am, I just knew one section, I forgot.
It is actually explanation of how Sri Krishna ji was looking when
Okay.
he went to meet Sanka Rishis. So that is a glorious Kaustup stone on his
Oh yes,
chest.
yes. Ma'am, and there's also a crown on his head, which
Hmm.
was adorned with beautiful jewels and priceless stones.
Correct, correct. Thank you. Now, Shloka 42. The form of the Supreme Lord was so much brilliant, unique, and extraordinary that the beauty of Goddess Lakshmi sometimes looked pale. Lord Brahmaji then said, Hey gods, the Sanka Rishis then bow down to the Supreme Lord, who is also my Lord, Mahadevji's Lord, and your Lord. Even after beholding him, the Sanka Rishi's eyes were not satisfied and wished to behold the sight for more time. Tapasya.
What do you say, ma'am? So, ma'am, it is nothing but said that in this shloka about how last. So it is nothing but telling that how Lord Sri Krishna like was like ma'am, how do you say um
What do you want to say?
no, I'm not getting that. Um,
Sanka Rishis were not satisfied by seeing
yes, sir. So
Supreme Lord,
that
and they wanted to see him more and more. And Brahmaji has said that, O Lord, Lord of all the lords, Lord of Mahadevji, Lord of
uh,
myself, Lord of everyone. So it is a praising for the Supreme Lord, glory, singing of the glories of the Supreme Lord.
yes, ma'am.
Now Shloka 43. Even though the Sanka Rishis were always in the eternal bliss in their Brahman life, with the focus only on the devotion of the Supreme Lord. But even then, when they behold the sight of the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, and when the breeze gave the fragrance of tulsi plant in their nostril, even they were taken by the surprise, and for few moments they were unable to gather themselves. So it is the situation like no, you want to meet someone, you are a die-hard fan of someone, like you can take off TV, no movie actor or actress, and by chance you meet them. So what happened? What will be your situation? You will be like shocked. You will be only glazing on them, and you will not move your eyes from them, and you will be only staring them and no admiring them. The same way is the situation of Sanka Rishis. They wanted to meet Supreme Lord, and they were no, by their devotion they happened to go to the Vaikunth, and they were searching Supreme Lord. They were searching for to see him, and then when Supreme Lord has come down to give them darshan, and they were shocked, they were astonished, and they were not able to move their eyes from Supreme Lord, and they are just beholding that sight. They were just no, that moment, how it will be like, if even if for us, if Sri Krishna ji comes in front of us, we will be totally shocked. We won't be able to even see here and there. We will just gazing on him. The same is the situations of Sanka Rishis. Tapasya. Your turn, Tapasya.
Yes, Mataji. So what Shloka has been said that um, when Lord Shri Krishna came down, Sankar Rishis wanted to see Lord Shri Krishna more and more, and like they wanted to just see him, and and it is like they won't see anybody else. It's only Lord Shri Krishna. For example, if you see your favorite ice cream flavor, that you will just keep staring at it, and you will be like you won't see the other flavors.
Good. Sloka 44. The face of the Supreme Lord resembled a blue lotus flower, where his smile was like a jasmine flower. As the Sanka Rishis were not satisfied, they were continuously seeing the form of the Lord Sri Vishnu. Then they saw his lotus feet and toenails of the Supreme Lord resembled rubies. Then they meditated upon the Supreme Lord. So now also they are just admiring Supreme Lord, how he is looking, what he is wearing, you know, and it all looks like the semi-precious, precious stones and the beautiful flowers, fragrance, and he is very special. Tejas.
And in this look at what they're saying is that ma'am, so basically ma'am, the Sankarishi was just staring at the Supreme Lord, and they were looking at his blue lotus face, his jasmine mouth, and then ma'am, after that slowly they came to his feet, they saw his lotus feet and his toenails which were like rubies. Ma'am, and they were just staring at him, ma'am, just looking at him. So it's also kind of like, I gave the same example, right? Like, like this time I say phone, like you want like the latest and greatest iPhone, and then somehow like you win it in a lottery or something, but that lottery day is like 5 months away, and then after the 5 months, ma'am, you go and you stand, ma'am, and then you'll be just staring at it, and you'll be like, is this real? Is this fake? Am I dreaming? Do I have to pay money? Is this a fraud? I'm pretty sure it's just cardboard. Mom, so you just keep staring at it. Mom, like the same way, that's what they are also doing.